Good morning. Today we're going to be doing Servmon from Hack the Box machine. This is a Windows-Easy machine. So I already done the nmap scan, and I also added the Servmon IP to the Axie host. So let's start with catting out the nmap so we can see what ports we have. Scroll all the way to the top. Alright, so we have some pretty interesting ports that I like to see. Right off the bat, we see anonymous FTP login allowed on 21. Then we see something unusual. We see SSH service running on a Windows system. Typically, Windows uses WinRM over, I think it's on the higher port, 5985 on HTTP and 5986 over the secure socket layer, 5986. But this is interesting because someone actually took the time to configure the SSH to run on the Windows, because this is a Unix-like default port. And then moving forward, we see port 80, which I've already Firefox, so we can go there, because it does take a little while for this website to load. 135, I did some enumeration in there, but I am gonna just focus on the methodology that I took to root this box. But I will tell you what I did when I first did this box. One of my other favorite ports to see is 445 139 for Samba shares. We'll save you the time. I did enumerate this port with a couple tools, but I eventually it led me to no findings. 8443. Let's put a pin on that. We'll come back to that. So let's go back to the top. Actually, let's start on 80, which I think it'll make more sense if we start at 80. So in port 80, we see a software program. This NBS 1000. It's technically, well, not technically, but it's a network video management software. That's hinting the little camera in here and in the TV. So this is for surveillance camera management and video recording, essentially. So if you do see that you want to Google things out, just keep in mind of what the program is in your face and just Google ChatGPT. But also don't forget to do some fuzzing. Robots, also check the robots.txt. You do see a login page in there. We can try to do your regular admin user or 123 whatever, but nothing was there. But I do know that I already did that. And for the purpose of the video not to be too long, we're gonna be focusing on the NBMS. When I first did this box, I did Google. I found a Python 2 script that essentially it's a DT transversal, directory transversal. Excuse me. So what I found is that this software it has a flaw, which the flaw consists of any user with access to navigate through directories that would otherwise be restricted to the public or to anyone. But because it has poor sanitation on the end user side, of the developer side, anyone who is not authenticated and know about this flaw, they can actually move up directories and potentially exposing sensitive information. And we will see that in a second, and you'll see what I mean. But do know that you can Google what DT is. DT, directory transversal. But so let's just focus on that, which that is the way in for us now. Alright, so if we my internet's a little slow, so we are gonna search exploit this instead of going to Google. And there's a couple different ways in here that you can do. You can where you find this and PMS. Let's focus on the first directory transversal. 4774 is a text file, so we can cut it out and read it. And you can just copy the path here. Oh, not paste. Oh, sorry, apparently I still have something on my clipboard there. Alright, so we're gonna cut out and just wanna paste this. Alright, so here's a little bit of information that you can read through it. Actually, the text file is pretty small. But this is what we're gonna be focusing on. This get, you can actually do this through the burst application burst sweep, or you can do it manually curl. I like to use let me take that back. When I first did this box, I did use burst sweep. But this time, let's try to do it with curl. So curl, it's like a program to download index files. Essentially, you can upload and download index formats. And I think it does work with FTP and HTTP. So we will be utilizing curl to download essentially a password text file that we will find out in a little bit. So back to the directory transversal, this is what I was talking about, moving up directories. So it doesn't really matter. This is just for simplicity. But you can have as much backslashes in forwards // you can have as much as that, because essentially the machine is going to take you to the root directory. So this is just for simplicity and for proof of concept, all of this. But do know that you can actually go here. So what we're gonna be doing, we're just gonna be grabbing this and save it in our clipboard, right? Copy. And you can always Google this stuff. You can Google directory transversal. So let's go to the anonymous HTB service that we have running on 21. And then you just want to provide your server IP, or if you save it like I have, just provide that. We're gonna do anonymous. Just type whatever here or enter. Maybe not. Let's exit out because we cannot log in. Let's try this again. FTP. Okay, sometimes I type things backwards, so I have to remember. All right, so we are in anonymously on the FTP server, and we do see a directory, users. So let's cd into the users directory, and then we see two more directories, Nadine and Nathan, and this could be like users. They do have a naming convention with a capital N, so that could be a possible thought that you might start thinking Nadine, Nathan, and if they have another user, they probably be with the capital first letter of their name. But let's just go into Nadine and cut this out. Oh, did not moving too slow, too fast, I'm sorry. Nadine has a confidential file, so let's just get this to our system. Oh, it doesn't have autocomplete. Confidential. I could have swear it had at one point that I had the autocomplete. Oh, it does. I'm not sure what happened there. So let's just go back. And I think I went back too far. I did. So let's go back to users. Nathan. See what Nathan has. So Nathan has notes to do that text. Let's get notes. And that's pretty much FTP. So let's clear this and let's automate a little bit. Clear. We already cleared clear. And let's just cut out confidential. And it says I left Nathan, I left your password.txt. I left your password.txt file on your desktop. So this is what we need right now. So essentially Nadine is telling Nathan, hey Nathan, I left you password.txt on your desktop. Please remove this once you have edited. So when I did this box, this made me think that Nadine was probably like Nathan's boss. So in that case, Nadine might have higher access than Nathan. So that's something just to start thinking, maybe I need to attack Nadine instead of Nathan. So once we have a path in mind and we know that we are able to manipulate our path, then we can start thinking, okay, let's just get into Nathan's desktop and grab his passwords.txt file and see what those passwords are. And then another thing that I was also thinking, so I was thinking, why does Nathan has passwords, not just a password but many passwords? So this could be because Nathan may have different services that require different passwords, or just the whoever made the box wanted us, because it is a CTF, wanted us to brute force something, or Hydra or something like that. So let's keep in mind passwords.txt, and let's see. So we are gonna use Hydra. I'm sorry. I did use Hydra in the first time I did this box, but I'm not gonna be using Hydra. I'm gonna be using another tool this time. Let's use curl instead of burst speed, just because my internet is super slow. Let's see if I remember how to use curl. So curl works for FTP and HTTP. So let's just do HTTP. And I might have to Google this command super fast, but then provide your Servmon server. And here's where you have to paste the path. Perfect. And then I actually had to Google this on Windows. So you can just Google the structure of Windows files in the directories, but you can do users. Let me make sure my camera doesn't go to sleep. Okay, users, and then Nathan. And I hope it's not case sensitive, I don't remember. And then once we're in Nathan's, let's go to the desktop. And then according to the text, it says passwords. .text, and then we gotta specify the flag O for the output. Let's save these as passwords. .text, and then upon researching curl, because I was running curl like this, but I was getting nothing. I was not receiving anything, and I did Google a little bit, and I did find out that you have to specify the path as is. So this way, when you curl, it does not ignore those slashes. Path as is. So I did try to do this through the GUI on port 80, but if you do try this, copy and paste this, the server is gonna ignore this. So it's just not. It's gonna give you a blank page. Now we have some data. Perfect. And now we have the we have those confidential.txt, the nmap, nodes to do.txt, and passwords. Let's clean up a little bit. Let's create a FTP make directory. Let's name that FTP dot nodes. And then I need to slow down sometimes. And then let's move, keep this kind of organized, confidential, and the nodes. The nodes.txt doesn't really have anything important. It's more as an if you got in the service before you got in the service. Let me clear this. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. My dog was wanting water. So I was saying those nodes.txt as if you happen to they're just hints essentially, but it's nothing important in those nodes.txt. You can always go back and look at them, but they're just hints. So what do we have? It's got the passwords. How many passwords we have? We got about 7 passwords. And actually, let's make the users.txt, and let's add a couple people in there. We know we have Nadine. I think her name is spelled like this, Nathan. And let's add administrator, just in case. Administrator. And one more thing that I was just thinking. So you are familiar with hack-the-box Windows boxes. When you have compromised a machine with low-level users, you would typically have the user.txt file for the flag on their desktop. So let's try to just a wild thing. Let's try to just do Nathan's and see what we have. Oh, you know what? This is not a flag. This is just because I didn't change the password.txt to a user.txt. So let's remove flags. We'll remove the flag.txt in a second. I know for a fact that we're not gonna have any user.txt flags in here. It's just for a proof of concept that I was just thinking out loud out the box, and maybe why not just try it. So there's nothing in there, and we could also go and do Nadaline's and Nadine's, and there's nothing. So it's just a proof of concept. But this is something that since I've been doing Windows machines, it's repetition, and you encounter user.flags on the compromised users desktops as user.txt. That's just something that you can I just try to do for easy wins, I think. Alright, so what we have now? So we have a user.txt and a password.txt. What I did next, so we have SMB open on 445, and SMB client has the option for you to specify passwords and users.txt, so you can try to authenticate and list some shares out. So let's just do that. SMB client, capital L for the shares, and your IP, Servmon, and you want to do capital A, I believe, for the passwords, and capital U for the users, of course. Something is wrong. Well, Servmon, maybe it's backwards. Capital -L SMB client L Servmon Maybe I have to go back to my notes and oh, you know what? I'm so stupid sometimes. I have to slow down. I switched the servers. So you want to do SMB first, and then the shares. SMB client. And it doesn't help you when it's too slow. Extra space there. Okay, that should work. All right, so we have a session set up fail. So I know for a fact that one of these usernames and one of these passwords in the password.txt works. But I know that also it is possible for the SMB server to be configured in such a way that does not allow credentials login, does not allow authentication through credentials. So no worries, we got another tool that we use instead of this. Clear this out just to make it a little bit cleaner, and we're going to be utilizing CrackMap Exact. It's one of my favorite tools. It works and interacts with different protocols and services such as like SMB, SSH, HTTP. Actually, we could try to log in through the HTTP on 80 with those credentials, and I did, but I didn't get anywhere. But this is where you have to start thinking. You have users and passwords. You have a port 80 with a login form. You can brute force there. Of course, SSH. You can try to brute force in SSH now, and that is gonna be our way in. But this is just how I was thinking. And I did notice that SMB, and lately I've been focusing a lot of attacks through the SMB server. So I do get excited when I see SMBs. 445 open, I'm in. So back to CrackMap Exact. So you want to do sudo CrackMap Exact, and then you have to specify the server or the servers you want to utilize. In this case, we're going to be doing SMB, and it's as simple as U for users and P for passwords. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think CrackMap Exact it's kind of like Hydra in a way, I guess. I could be wrong. I should Google the tool what it's doing. But oh, again, this is another thing that I encounter a lot. I specify SMB, but I never specify the IP address or the server. There it is. It's working its magic. So I was trying to authenticate with those 8-7 passwords, and then matching with credentials and users, and it was able to pawn 445 with this Nadine and like big things at work. So then the next thing we can do is try to see if Nadine is an admin. She has admin permissions with the SMB map. And see we have any shares writable in the admin share that can tell us that she's an admin or not. So now we at least have a match here. So I was super happy when I got this. Now we have that. Let's just sudo nano. Let's just name it Nadine's creds. Paste. All right. Maybe I was writing on it. Does it have a Y at the end? No. And for proof of concept, let's just do another service such as SSH. And just like we thought, it's gonna pawn on Nadine with that password that we already have. Let's try HTTP, but we might need to specify the port, or I don't know if it HTTP. I forgot. I think you had to do the HTTP./x. Yeah. All right. Let's just for the time for purpose of the time, not too long, run too much into the video for too long. Let's just focus on SMB map so we can try to read permissions within the shares. I know it's a capital H for the server. Servmon, and then we need to do the U. Nadine. And then we need to do that -p for password right here. And I believe we don't have that in our clipboard, right? We need a cat Nadine. All right, let's copy this. Let's put Nadine's password in here, and we're gonna just do D for work group on all capitals. Work group. Command not found. What am I missing? Oh, you know what I'm missing again, and this is to be the third time. I should slow down. We need to specify what are we doing. We are doing SMB map. So the first time I get an error, the first thing I check is if I specify the tool that I'm using. There it is. And she has access, but she's not an admin. If not, we would have seen the admin pawn. So what now? Let's see. Let's go straight to the video. I did more stuff with this. I can't remember what I did. Maybe it seemed that I took more time finding this because I was blindfolded going through the machine. So let's just focus on SSH with the credentials. Let's do that. Let me make my okay, gotcha. All right, let's do SSH. We still have those flag1 and flag text files. Let's remove those before we SSH in. So remove flag and flag1. All right, and let's cut Nadine credentials because we're gonna need her password for the SSH. At Servmon. Okay. And I don't think it's gonna ask me for a fingerprint because I already SSH in once. Right, all right, we are in. We have gain access. And I do remember we have PowerShell. I mean, we may have PowerShell. We do have PowerShell. Perfect. Clear host. So first thing, let's see what are we running on. I don't remember. I think we're not allowed to run system info.exe. The extension executable is now it's optional. It's just when I was running when I was learning PowerShell commands, I learned exe, but it's not necessary. So we see that we have access denied. I don't think Nadine has access to run this command. So here, when I first did this box, I was just I ran Wimpy's. Well, I've loaded Wimpy's, and then if you know, Wimpy's gives you like, the output is just outrageous. It's so much output that Wimpy's gives you. So I was taking my time with that, and I think the only thing that I found was possible MD5 hashes. I just think I spent so much time trying to figure something out. Because lately I've been doing like medium to hard machines, and this is a Windows-Easy machine, so the vulnerable flaw was a system running on the C drive, and we could have just like navigated to different directories to find something. But I was so used to coming from that mentality, like, okay, let's run an automated tool to try to find something. I totally skipped like the main basics of just looking around the file system. So that kind of like remind me, okay, you need to look around first before you even upload any automated tools. But I did add, besides Wimpy's, then I added, I uploaded Full Powers. It's another automated tool which gives the current user a little bit of extra powers per se, but I couldn't do anything like that. And then I uploaded previous check, which previous check point me to something that Wimpy's or Full Powers did not locate, I think. And I do apologize if you can hear my dogs chewing on their toys. Locate previous check. I wonder if I don't have it anymore. Did I not spell it right? I think I'm missing S here. There it is. So I had it. Apparently I have it on 2 places. Well, this is Nishang Tools. This is really highly recommended to download. It has a lot of shells. The PowerShell Empire. I've heard about this, but I'm going to stick to this one right here. So let's move this to our working directory, and we're gonna upload that. Copy to here, and Full Powers, not Full Power. Let's just give it 777. Why not? All right, should be good to go. Before we upload this to the target machine, let's look for a writable file. I believe the public, no, not the public, the temp is writable. So if you're looking for the temp, I highly recommend using like a variable environment. So you can do on variable and then environment, and look for the path that you want to look for. In my case, I'm going to be looking for temp folder, and right off the top, right away, it gives you where it's located. Now it gives you the temp folder for the current user that you're running. So in this case, we're Nadine. I think there's more options where you can specify different users' temp folders, but I haven't really. I could be wrong though. So we're going to, since we're PowerShell, let's not use Unix commands like cd or dirt. Let's use commandlets. So the only command that I always remember in PowerShell, it's get command. It's kind of like a cheat command, and then you specify your Unix command like cd for Unix for change directory, and it will tell you the alias. It will say set location, and I don't think it's case sensitive, but it might be. I don't remember. Set location. We're just gonna paste this. All right, and I think it's, what is it? Get child item, I believe. All right, so let's upload this previous check in here. Let's clear the host, and let's use Python server. Python 3 module HTTP server. Let's use lib, and let's choose here curl. What is my can I do tunnel 0? I might just need to specify the IP address instead of tunnel 0. Let's try like this. 1337, and then we need to get prev. Oh, that is slow. Yes, I do apologize about that. That PS1, and we're gonna dash O for output. Let's do preps.ps1. We might need to use our yeah, instead of the tunnel 0, we might need to use our RP. But let me just do a quick if config, and then grab this to tunnel 0. 10.10.10.14.03, okay. 10.10.14.03. For some reason, when I on PowerShell, when I put the slash, the flag O, it disappears. Not disappears, but you can't see it. No, I don't. Let's do 10.10.14.3. That's good. Green light. We are good to go. Let's stop this hosting. Not exit. Let's just clear it, and we shall make. Actually, let's exit it so we can have a full screen. Make this bigger. Perfect. Clear host. So previous check. Previous check runs. Let me see I'm trying to think how to word this. Previous checks actually would check for any running programs in the machine that are not by default, and actually checks for it also checks for writable folders and writable files, I guess. But yeah, previous check is one of my tools that I've been using as well, and yeah, it checks for vulnerable services running in the system. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's do and this is kind of weird to run it, but you can actually go to the GitHub, and it'll tell you how to run it. But it's like -- and then your program prev.ps1, and then automate to invoke prev scheck. I might have to look at my notes to see how to exactly run this. Let me just try it again. If not, go to the notes on my PowerShell notes. Invoke. Okay, let me get in my notes PowerShell and commands for previous check. All right, let's copy this. Oh, it looks like the same thing that I'm doing. Maybe. Yeah, I just paste it in here and see what I'm doing wrong. Oh, there's space on this. Oh, not even that. Huh. Because there it is. I think I was not spelling it correctly. That's my fault. Apologize. So it's running its scripts. So essentially what I'm gonna find what I found when I ran this tool was a program that is running on the system. So you don't have any token impersonations here or any potato attacks. Servmon. So if you keep scrolling down here, privileges, not vulnerable, credential access. Here's the first thing that I found. Look at this path image. Look at this. This is not by default. And if we remember, we actually support what is it? Port 8443, and 8443 is default port for NS client, and it's commonly used for monitoring and management Windows machines, for monitoring. So that's, and actually it will tell you where it is. It's in the program. See, it's in the root directory of the program files and see client. All right, so let's go with this. Let's as always, let me clean this, and let's go back to our Nmap. All right, but before we go to our Nmap scans, let's go and look for the for Nadine's user flag. Let's get is it get content or get child item? I think it's get, it's gonna be get child item, because we're going to look for it. Should we do like the C drive and then users Nadine? Well, let's just use a variable. Let's do the environment. I want to use the environment user profile. Like, but we actually need to specify like a path now that I'm thinking about it. And that's gonna be our path, and then we're gonna filter out for user.text. And this should be like in quotes, user.text. So let's put the slash here, and let's put this in double quotes. So I was thinking that that's part of this, but it's not. There it is. And the path should be that. Huh. I mean, it's obvious. It's not screaming at me. It's not red, so it's missing something. Maybe. You know what it is? It's recursive. So we're just gonna do the R for recursive. There it is. So just like we thought, it's in the I wonder why it's 32 bytes in in length. Anyway, let's cut it out. Okay, command cat, get content. Same thing, we're gonna do the paths. Sorry, environment is gonna be the same. User profile, but in here we're running the user all the way over here. So we need to specify desktop and user.text. Desktop and the user.text. And let's cut out the first 16 characters of the flag. It's typically 16 characters. Sub string 0, comma to 16. So we might need to put some parentheses, and then we might need to put this in quotes like so. We're gonna close this here. Now quotes here, and then path here, and then we're gonna close it over here. There it is, perfect. So we have the first 16 characters of Nadine's flag. Now let's open another tab, and let's grep for the NS client. That's better, right? Yes. So let's do CD hug the box. I forgot that there's a capital H. And then Windows-Easy Servmon. They want to clear the screen so we can start at the top of the screen. Then let's cut out nmap default, and then I want you to grep for NS client ++. But let's do like the first 15 lines prior NS client and the first 15 lines after NS client. So we can do that by doing the /C for characters and specifying how many characters we want to have in between NS client. Let's do like 15, why not? So this should give us like NS client, and then lines above and below. There we go, perfect. So here's our NS client. It should be 15 lines up and 15 lines down. All right, so let's see what we're working with. All right, so this it appears to be running like a secure web traffic, but the HTTPS and some quotes, and of course the NC client. So let's go and let's not Google, let's use search exploit. Let's choose search exploit because let me clear this. Oopsie, sorry. Because my internet is not that great, so let's just search exploit. Just clear it here, and let's clear this so we can start. Clear host. Okay, so let's do search exploit. Search exploit and program SNC client ++. All right, so we got a couple here. Let's do the private escalation on Windows Local 4682. So let's locate this text file and read it. Text. All right, let's cut it out. All right, let's see what. So NX client ++ private escalation from 2019. So I'm guessing the version is 0.5.235. We need to find out the version number running on the machine here. So I did Google and I did find a command for us to find the version that we are running. The path cannot find the path. Okay, so we need to set location. We need to be on the program. Let's set the location to program files. All right, so here we can cut out the version of the NS client ++. Okay, we might need to get into the program. Okay, let's clear this. Clear our host. Okay, there's our version of the program 0.5, which is the same exact version of this vulnerable text file. So just make sure we're running the version is vulnerable. So let's go and see what the details say. So with low privileged users, so we have the ability to read the web administration password in clear text. So this user's it's able to enable modules to check for starting scripts and schedule. And we also have the ability to reboot. Okay. Prerequisites. So already have a local access to the system running in its client++, which we do, and enable using the low privilege user account with the ability to rebuild the system, which we have access to that. So exploit, grab the web administrator password, open the C program files in its client, that's where we are, and then we're gonna cat out in its client.ini. So let's get content. Let's see. We can just say type ns client. And this should be our password. Let's make a nano file, a text file, just saying creds or something. So admin. Okay, and then allow host. So this is only allowing connections from localhost. So we're probably gonna be looking into doing some port tunneling, because so we've graphed the administration passwords, we have copied it to our directory, so we need to log in and enable the modules. So start up and save the configuration. So we need to find a login page, a login form, and enable some modules. What was it running on? What was the NS client++ running on 84? Was it 8443, right? On a secure web client, on secure web traffic. So let's just go see there and see we can log into the program, to the service. So it's run secure, and it was under port this one, and it's client++. We might need to use another different server, web server. I think Firefox has a bit of an issue. Let's use Chromium and see if we can see what's on this service. Oh, that's still Firefox. I wonder if it's loading. Okay, this is Chromium because I can see that DuckDuckGo. Let's do HTTP. And I already went there once, so it has my history safe. Okay, who's loading something? Alright, so here's the NS client login, and we do have those the password we just found. So let's cut it out and see. What was it? Admin. I think I still had it copy on my clipboard. It's okay. Let's see what we have. "403, you're not allowed." Is that how you spell your? I think something's wrong here. Is that a misspell? Your? Isn't it like your apostrophe RE, like you're not allowed? I think this is just a misspell. I don't know, I could be wrong. So we are not allowed. And if you remember, we might have to start a port tunneling in here. So what we can do, we can see what other servers, if there's anything listening. Let's see if we can do like can't remember if this is netstat MAO. I think this is a regular I was gonna say, I thought that was just a regular command, not a PowerShell command, but a regular CMD command. But I think it works. So we have so many time wait. That's on 139. We have this one listening, and that's the port that we have. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing port tunneling because we have the 8443. It's on the listening state. So let's do that. Let me clear that up. So I know that Metasploit and SSH has some built commands so we can port forward. But I'm gonna be using another tool. I'm gonna be using let's see, I forgot what it's SSH pass. So SSH pass, it's a utility that allows you to provide your SSH password, and you're gonna pass that password as a parameter. So instead of you being prompted to enter your password, it's going to interactively have the password prompt in for you already. So with SSH pass, I like to think of an analogy like if let's say you live with a roommate, and you lock yourself out of the house, and your house keys are in the house, but luckily your roommate is in the house and he's in the second floor. So you call them and he opens the window and throws you the keys of the house to you, and you just open the door and go in the house. So you're getting in the house without going in the house to grab your keys and then coming in, unlocking the door with your own keys. That's in a nutshell what SSH pass is doing. So we're gonna be doing that. So we're gonna be using Natalie's password to, since we only have allow access through the 127.0.0.1, we're gonna be doing that SSH pass. And we just need to do password, and here comes the delimiter that we're gonna be passing the password of Natalie. Was it Natalie? Okay, sudo SSH pass -b. We're gonna put this on quote. And you can always Google what SSH pass is doing. I'll just give it like a simple explanation, and then we're gonna pass the SSH password Nadine at Servmon. And here's what we're gonna have to do the L so we can set up the local port forwarding. We're 443 and then 127.0.0.1 to the target, to the remote host of 443. Okay, so what we did, so with the analogy that I provided, and since we are only allowed to communicate through the through localhost, so we're passing that key. We're essentially throwing our house key down the window so we can unlock the door. And then with the L here, so we're doing local port forwarding. So we're saying that any traffic coming from our machine on this port, I want you to now forward it to the remote machine, and then any response from the remote machine, any responses coming from the remote machine is gonna think that is coming from the machine itself. Not sure if I'm making any sense, but so any traffic that is coming to me, to my localhost from the port 8443, now I want you to forward that to the remote machine on port 8443, and then when that traffic replays itself, the remote machine is gonna think, oh, this is coming from my own local host, so therefore I'm going to allow the traffic to play, those packets to play. Because if we go back to our to the script, not to the script, to the notes, that it says that only allow, what was it, allowed, what was it, type ns. If we look at here, allow host, so we're essentially telling the machine our traffic, it is coming from the allow host only. So let's go back to the Python. Oh, was it a Python script? No, it wasn't a Python script. Let's go back to the database for 46802. I think that's what it was, right? Let's just do it in here, so we can see the instructions. Okay, so let's I should have saved that script. It's not located. Search exploit. And it was nc client. We're gonna locate 46802.text. Okay. Let's cut it out. All right, so we have successfully established our port tunneling. So now we have to log in and enable some modules, including enable startup. All right, so let's fire up I think that's the let's close this one just to refresh it. Let's go back to let's use Chromium. I thought I had a Firefox one running, but I don't think I have it running. So now that we now in theory we should have access. I'm gonna need the admin creds. It's not clear. There's just cat. I think I named it admin creds. So remember earlier we're trying to log in and we got the user was not allowed. So now if we try to log in now, in theory it should allow us to log in, because so the system now it's behaving in a way that we are gonna interact directly to the local machine. So despite our remote access, it's going to allow us to access in, because we are, like I said earlier, all our traffic that is coming to my port on 8443, it's now being resent. Those packets are being resent to the traffic, to the local server. So the machine is thinking that this traffic is coming from my local host, so I'm gonna let you in. So we should be able. There you go. So this is the part where people weren't happy about the machine running slow. And now if you think about it, like we said, the port tunneling program. So we're essentially connecting to the machine, to my machine on port 443. And then that's getting forward to all that information is getting forward to the remote machine. And that is causing a little bit of lag here. Okay, now let's go. Now that we have access to this system client database program here, let's see what the steps are. So we log in. So we need to enable modules, including the startup modules including enable startup and save configurations. And if I remember this correctly, they were already enabled. So the task schedule and the check external scripts, I think those are the two that we need to, on the scheduler. Those were the two that were we need to have enabled, but they already are. Startup and okay. Yeah, the external scripts and the scheduler. So now we have to upload and the netcat and Evo Bad. Let's start with the netcat. Actually, let's do this window here. Let's see, D to hub the box. Okay, we're gonna locate and see netcat. Make this bigger. And let's go back to the temp folder. Let's do the environment temp and set location. Let's copy this path. And get child item. And we can last time I checked, I remember we have access to writing here. So let's upload our netcat here. Let's copy the this one. We're just gonna copy this to our current directory, and then we're gonna host it. Copy, paste, and we're gonna do home, exit, Windows-Easy, Servmon. Okay. There. There it is. and sudo python. Let's host this. Sudo python 3 module is gonna be HTTP server, and let's do lib, and let's do curl let's ifconfig tunnel 0. I think my 1422, I'm sorry, 10 14 22. It's gonna be nc. Oh, forgot the for lit, and it's gonna be nc.ex executable output to nc.exe. Okay, so we should have it in there. So now that we have our netcat, we have to go back and do the bath. Where are you? So we're gonna have to copy this, and this is gonna be our bridge. I like to think of netcat as a bridge. So when I was learning netcat, when I learned about netcat, I learned as an analogy. Actually, I'm gonna tell you my analogy for netcat. I like to think about netcat as a bridge. You know, like this, the bridge, like the San Francisco bridge, that connects two landmarks from water. I like to think about netcat as such a bridge. Essentially, netcat acts like the bridge for communication between systems. Sorry, not ports. Between system over ports. This communication is established by using UDP or TCP connections, and also you can also like share or download files as well, or transfer files. So that's what I like to think about. If we think about the netcat, let's think about it as a bridge. That's how I like to think about it. Look at this. And I do apologize about the back noise. My dogs are chewing on some on their toys. So we had our netcat here like 3 minutes ago. Now when I dirt again, it's gone. So this is the problem that I faced when I was first doing this box, and then I came to realize that I'll show you instead. See, this is what I'm thinking. See, look at this again, dirt. It's not there anymore. Locate netcat. So this is the one that I hosted. So this netcat, this directory, Windows share, user share Windows resources binaries, this is owned by the system directory. So I was thinking this might have additional security measurements that detect and remove the netcat files. That's what my theory is. That's why I think this is being deleted, because it's a system. It comes from a system directory per se. So let's upload this netcat here. So this netcat, I got it from seclist, and seclist is, well, I recommend seclist for fuzzing or for anything else, for web shells. So let's now copy this netcat, and I think that's how I resolved the issue of my netcat being deleted. but I could, if I had to put some money, I would think that is the reason, because this is a system directory and we might have extra security measurements. Hack. Oh, you know what? We need to do this again, because now I don't know which one. Did I overwrite it? Just to make sure. Now we don't have it, and then this is the one checklist. Okay, now there it is. So let's do the same thing. Servmon Python 3.module HTTP.server the famous lit, and hopefully we can just curl. Yep. Okay, there it is again. So if I'm correct, this should not get deleted from the temp file. And we can log out. We cannot log out. We can go back to temp. Yeah, I think we should be fine now. All right, let me stop the host server, and let me just make this, because this is where our port tunneling or our it's working. So I don't want to close that out, because I'm afraid if I close this out, we're gonna have a problem on the server. We can just do it like this. Okay, now let's clear this so you guys can see better. And now let's read the instructions. Oh, what did I do? And see what we need to do. What was it? Let me see. I'm trying to make it as so you can see it. Okay, let me see. Let's cut out the NC again. It's working. All right. For some reason, actually, let's just end this one, end this side. Let's leave it like that, and then let's send this one. So we're just gonna keep one window open like that. We're gonna be working on this directory on this side. Let's do PowerShell. PowerShell clear host, clear. Oh my goodness, I can't think anymore. This video has been too long, so we're gonna do. So I need to finish now. Well, soon, so I can think. All right, let's do it. So we're gonna do. Let's go cat the database text file and see what because we had to create a bad file. That's no locate. Was it 46802? I think it was 46802.txt. I think it's this one. Okay, so let's go up. Okay, so we got the netcat in the computer on the target machine. Let's just go back and let's go back to the tent folder. Okay, so we need to add that the batch file. So essentially what bat file is doing. So what bat file stands for, it stands for batch file. So it's essentially a script. I could be wrong, but what I remember is that it's a script that can automate tasks, and also it can execute commands in sequence. So when you double click a bat file, the commands inside, whatever that is inside that command, it will execute on the Windows command prompt, hence the CMD here. So so it is helping the this bridge right here, the netcat bridge, to execute on the command file. No, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. So it's helping this, essentially it's helping this netcat listener to execute. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna echo out here that bat file. We're gonna do echo. Now we need to provide our path, because we're gonna be echoing out the netcat listener, the netcat helper, not netcat helper, the netcat. And we're gonna be doing nc.exe, our IP address, and then our port, our listening port. So we gotta remember this listening port, because when we're gonna run this file, it's gonna execute. We're gonna be listening on this port for our bridge, for our netcat bridge. And then of course we're gonna do the E for help. I mean cmd.exe. We're gonna output this to what do they have? Evil bat. Let's just do evil bat. Why not? And let's just get child item here. Oh, it's gonna scream at me. Yep. Okay, so here there's our bat file. Clear host, and then let's type the evil bat. So this is what we type on the evil bat. It looks good. Okay, now we need to go back to C 443. So omit number 5 and 6, because I tried doing this and I could not get it to work. Maybe you can, but these are the other numbers. So until number 4, that's where I stopped, because I tried this over and over again and I could not get it. So what the problem was, I think when this box was when a lot of people were doing this box, you were restarting the box, and essentially you were restarting everybody's session over again. So that's probably why people were complaining as well. But we so let me think. Okay, we have that. Let's go to the GUI interface, and this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I did actually. Then I went into settings, external scripts, then we're gonna add a new one. Let's name this, oh sorry, Evo. Exec, maybe, I don't know. Oh, and here we're gonna have to provide the path. I provided the path and it worked. Hopefully it works this time. So where are you? I'm gonna provide this. Okay. We're gonna paste that in here. Because that's where our netcat is. All right, let's start. Well, let's set up our listener now. And hopefully it does not freeze. While that's loading, let's go and listen. Let's set up our listener here. Let's do lwrap netcat lbp mp 133. Okay, let's hope for the best. We have to restart it. You see how it's still loading? I think oh, here, there's my mouse. You see how it's still loading? Let me pause the video, and once I'm gonna restart the machine, and I'm gonna come back to this step. All right, so I have restarted the machine. Let's see if we're up. No, we're still pinging. We're still not pinging, so. Let me go back to Hack the Box and see if okay, so Hack the Box is prompting me to re-log in. Let me do that. But I think I should still be able to ping the box. There we go, we're good. So let's cat Nadines, let's do the same steps again. Okay, so now this time, if this doesn't work, I'm just going to show you the screenshot to prove a concept, but I'm going to run to the same steps that I did that got me system access. Let's do the tunnel tunneling the port tunneling, SSH pass. And we're gonna do P for password. SSH Nadine at Servmon. Then we're going to do outboard. We might need to upload our netcap. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to. Yeah. Okay, we got our netcap. Let's go to the website. All right, so I'm gonna walk you through the steps that I did on the server side. Okay, let's go that. All right, now let's add the echo. Wrong side. We're going to do, make sure the camera. We're going to do the echo. And let me just copy this path. This path right here. And nc.ex, our IP address 1422, and then our listener cmd.exe. We're going to output this to EvoBath. Okay, it's there. Let's go get those credentials for the admin. While we're here, let's start our listener. Make this a little bigger. There we go. you're not logged in. You're not allowed. It's the same message I was getting when I was not going through the local host. Maybe I did not copy the password right. No. What is going on? HTTPS. Okay, I think hang with me. This is when you learn patience. I think this is where people were complaining about the server being a little slow. Okay, we're in now, right? Yep. Okay, so we have our netcat and uploaded, and then we have also the batch file, the bat ebo.bat, and then we also have our listener now. Listen on lipt 1337. So this is the path that worked for me once. Settings. To go down to external scripts, and then you want to go to scripts, and then add a new one. Add new. Let's just say exec. You can type whatever you need in here, and your key. This is what when it goes into the queries. This is what it's going to show in here for your command, so you can run it. Now here's going to specify my my executable. And then 1422. Okay. Want to save this? Okay. Hopefully it does not freeze, and we can run the script. We might even have to relog back in. Actually, is that it? Cannot find file fail to execute exec. System cannot find the file path. Change. It's not even showing anything. What if we just start a new one then? So according to my notes, that's where I put my just gonna copy and paste what I put. Looks about the same. And I know this might sound crazy, but one time I even refreshed, and I didn't even reload the page. I just log in, log out and log back in, and then I got a shell. Let me try that. And then I might have to just do it without the LWrap. I don't know if that can have. I don't think so, because I remember I was doing I ran it with the LWrap. LWrap. No, we do have to okay, I think it froze again. So we're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to I hate to do it, but I'm going to just have to show you the image. Servmon. Let's see if I can switch to my left side. Okay. So here's the proof of concept that I did. Actually, on this one, I ran into the temp. This is the one I just did now when I was recording, but this one I got maybe a week ago when I first did this box by myself. You know, when I first originally did this box. That's how I did it. And this one, I remember I created a temp folder on the C drive, but it doesn't really matter because I gave it the right path. And with this new pad it worked. Now here's this, see? That's when I pass, this is what I pass in, which is what I've been passing in here. Right there. With the exception that this, when I first did this box, like I said, this is going just to the C drive. And then I made a directory temp, and that's when I ran the my executable to talk back to me. And then today I gave the path to the temp folder. Oh, Nadine's temp file. If I can get this, just one click. There it is. I did that, and the same protocols. And then if I see my RL wrap was still working, and I got anti-authority. So try this. This might work for you. I know there's also like some more ways you can get system, but when I first did this box, it took me a while. It took me like 2 hours or maybe an hour and a half just to get system. I was doing it in another way, but this actually worked for me a couple times. I was getting the shell even by just me logging in and out. But I definitely learned a lot on this box. This is just see, yeah, that's the only, we have to restart the machine and retry again. Hopefully you get system on it, and just if you get your machine too locked and frozen like that, you just have to restart it and retry again. One of those times is gonna work. Appreciate you. Bye.